Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel, Fraud for Thought. And today's going to be a little bit of a different video. I am going to be recording a reaction video, I guess is what they call them. And so I had a listener reach out a couple of days ago and ask what I thought about the Uber driver scam shooting. And I had not heard of that one yet. Like I said before in my other videos, I've been kind of trying to catch up on a couple of case reports that I'm finishing up on. So today I'm going to watch some videos on what transpired with that. I understand that hopefully if there's any copyright issues on me watching the news clippings, I'll be able to have that resolved so that I can upload this video. This, once again, is the first reaction video. So I will be reacting to the news on this particular instance that occurred. So as I go through and watch this, like I said, I did not hear anything about it. And so this will be the first time that I'm actually reading and watching what transpired. So the first video that I'm going to watch is posted on YouTube by Scranton Law Firm. It is an elderly man kills Uber driver because he thought she was part of a scam, and the lawyer reacts.
An elderly man is under arrest after fatally shooting an Uber driver, where authorities believe they were both victims of a scam.
Authorities say over the course of several weeks, this man had received several calls from a scam artist demanding that he hand over $12,000. And authorities say he mistakenly thought the Uber driver was somehow connected to this scam.
This morning, authorities warning the public after a phone scam turned fatal. This dramatic dashcam video capturing the deadly confrontation between a female Uber driver and an Ohio homeowner last month after authorities say they were both unknowingly targeted by scammers.
Getting a report of a female that has been shot. She's laying in the driveway.
81-year-old William Brock charged with the murder of 61-year-old Uber driver Lolitha Hall. Police say it all started when Brock received multiple calls from scammers who told him a relative had been arrested and demanded $12,000 for bail, telling him a driver would arrive at his home to pick up a package with the money.
The guy on the phone was trying to get money out of me, and he was telling me he was going to kill me and the family.
Authorities believe the same scammers directed Hall through the Uber app to pick up a package at Brock's home. They say this video shows her walking up to his door with no apparent knowledge of the circumstances when Brock confronts her at gunpoint.
I was threatened that she was going to come and kill me.
You can hear Hall frantically trying to explain why she's there.
I know what you're after.
Police say Brock took her cell phone, and when she tried to get in her car to get to safety, investigators say Brock shot her 3 times. Then he called 911.
I shot her in the leg the first time, and I shot her in the shoulder.
Hall later dying from her wounds. Officers searching Brock's home after the shooting, saying they answered a call from a person they believed to be the scammer who agreed to a meeting but never showed up. Investigators saying they traced that number to Canada, but it's believed to be a burner phone number. Uber banning that account, cooperating with authorities, and in a statement saying, "This is a horrific tragedy and our hearts continue to be with Lolitha's loved ones." According to the FTC, in 2023, there were more than 33,000 reports of family and friend imposter scams like this, and $89 million lost.
Of course, when he confronts her, he's not going to believe her that she has nothing to do with this or doesn't know anything. I mean, it's a super high stress situation. I mean, the guy was probably targeted because he was, in his 80s and certainly confused, stressed, all that kind of thing. I'm not a criminal attorney, but I seriously doubt this is going to rise to like a first-degree murder because it wasn't, premeditated or anything like that. It'll probably be an involuntary manslaughter, I suspect, something like that. And he probably won't go to jail as long as he's apologetic, and which I'm sure he will be when he finds out the facts of this thing. But it does raise some really tough questions on what do you do to somebody who's been through this. Certainly the lady that died, she's truly, the victim in this. She had no idea what she's walking into, just doing her normal job. Does Uber have any liability in this? I seriously doubt it. somebody just calls for a ride. That's what they do. They have no reason to believe they did anything wrong. This is a criminal act that took place here. There's two victims. I mean, certainly the lady who died and even the guy who shot her, because his life is now seriously screwed up. As far as civil liability goes, even that's a tough one. I don't think Uber has any liability in this. Does the homeowner, the guy who did the shooting, theoretically, yeah, he would be liable for the wrongful death of the lady who was the Uber driver, because it wasn't justified. She didn't present a threat to him, but it's still tragic for everybody involved. So, has it got criminal intent on it from him? I don't think so. But again, just wow, it would be interesting to see what the outcome on this is.
Wow. I agree. Wow. Just wow. I have goosebumps. That's very tragic and sad for her family. The first thought on the top of my head is I understand his fear. I understand the harassment. He felt like his family was going to be murdered, basically, is what he's saying. But when you have the right to carry, you exit your house with your firearm, she's getting in her car, and you shoot her 3 times. Maybe he should not have left his house and called the police and had the police come. For whatever was going through his head, the fear must have been pretty horrific for him, but imagine the fear that she had. I think with Uber drivers, when you're going to pick up a package, it would be incredibly questionable what's inside the package. If I were driving for Uber and I received a notification that I need to go somewhere and pick up a package, I'm not working for FedEx, UPS, or the post office. So whoever's sending you the request to pick up a package, get more information on what the package is and decline it if they don't provide that information. But when you're trying to do a job and make money and support your family, you don't anticipate something like this could happen. These scammers are relentless, out of control. It's horrific what they're doing. I'm just at a loss. I wish I had a better reaction, but right now it makes me sick to my stomach that the lengths that they're going. Another YouTube listener had posted, they're in Australia, the kids who are doing the Instagram uploading photos, and it ends up being extortion, porn extortion, and then they're taking their own lives. It is so far out of control, and these scammers need to be stopped. They need to be held accountable. It needs to go further than just, financial crimes. When it escalates, if you have somebody who is involved in a crime, so say you have individuals that break and enter into a house and the homeowner has the right to shoot and kill. They kill one of the individuals, the other one gets away. The one who got away is also responsible for murder of their cohort. I think the same thing should apply with scammers. If somebody who is a victim of a scam takes their own life, then that scammer should be held accountable on murder charges, because they're the ones who are causing the distress. As far as the homeowner in this instance, do I think he overreacted? Yeah, he was scared, but the second he left his house, that made him responsible for his actions outside of his own house. When you're defending your house and the inside of your house to use deadly force, it's either you or them. I agree with the fact that you defend your house. I don't agree with the fact that he left his house and didn't call the police, didn't call the authorities saying, hey, somebody's here. I've been getting these threats. He had the opportunity to do that. I sympathize with how scared both sides were, but more so for the victim who her life was taken. So there is my reaction to that. I think that Uber drivers need to take caution in where they're going and what packages they're picking up. If somebody's asking you to pick up a package, the likelihood of that package, if it's not food or if it's not something that you know what it is, I would decline. And it's not worth it. It's not worth, the couple of dollars you're going to get for a tip, especially if it turns to this level of a crime when they're pitting people against. I mean, the investigators in this, as they're digging into it, I mean, you would try to find out how these two connected the two people. Did they target the older gentleman based upon his address, his information that they got from the dark web? And then did they target this Uber driver? Why'd they pick her to go to his house to pick up a package? Was she just the unlucky one who swiped and said, yes, I'll go pick up this package? I mean, the poor lady, the fear in her eyes was just unbelievable. I'm very sorry for her family. It's wow. I mean, I think that's all I have to say right now as well. So I don't even feel like saying like, subscribe, and come back to the channel. That was pretty bad. So thank you for watching, and I will be back. And take care of yourself and protect yourself. Be cautious on what you do, who you communicate with, and give your family a big hug because you may not see them tomorrow. Thank you.